Have you ever wondered why some people live healthily, joyfully, and full of energy in old age, while others quietly sink into loneliness, illness, and regret? It's strange because most of them once had stable jobs, loving families, and fairly decent living conditions. But just a few small choices, repeated over many years, led their lives down two completely different paths. I once spoke with James, 74 years old, living in Oregon. He used to be an aerospace engineer, smart, serious, and disciplined. But after retiring, he gradually withdrew, avoided going out, and declined family gatherings. "I'm fine," he would often say, until one day he was suddenly hospitalized for severe depression and a weakened immune system, the result of years spent in isolation. The truth is, there are common mistakes that older adults, even those who were once highly successful, often fall into. And more dangerously, these mistakes usually go unnoticed until it's too late. This video will reveal the 5 biggest mistakes that many people make in their later years, mistakes that may seem small but can destroy happiness and health. At the same time, you'll learn simple ways to avoid them and live a more peaceful, healthier life, even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to hit like and share it with your friends and loved ones, especially those approaching retirement. I would also love to hear your thoughts. Have you or someone you know ever experienced one of these situations? Leave a comment below. Your story could help someone else feel less alone. Now let's begin the journey of uncovering the 5 most dangerous mistakes older adults are quietly making. After many years of hard work, when entering retirement, everyone hopes to slow down, relax, and enjoy life. But it's precisely during this so-called resting phase that physical health becomes the deciding factor in how long you will live happily and healthily. Have you ever asked yourself, does sitting too much, eating whatever you like, or skipping regular health checkups really have that big of an impact on your old age? In reality, seniors who live sedentary lifestyles face a significantly higher risk of developing chronic illnesses such as heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, and depression. Many retirees fall into the mindset of, "I deserve to indulge a little," which often leads to unhealthy eating, consuming too much sugar, fast food, and saturated fats, and gradually abandoning balanced meals. These small changes, repeated every day, slowly weaken the body without them even realizing it. What's more concerning is how many people underestimate the importance of regular health checkups. They think, "I feel fine," until a serious issue suddenly arises. By then, it's often too late. Diseases like cancer, high blood pressure, or heart conditions can be much more manageable if detected early, with significantly lower treatment costs and complications. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a health expert to change that. Just walk for 20 to 30 minutes a day, eat more vegetables instead of fried foods, choose whole grains, drink enough water, and most importantly, maintain regular health checkups at least once or twice a year, and you're already doing something wonderful for yourself. Here are a few simple actions you can start today. Spend time moving every morning, even just walking around your home. Cut down on fast food and add more vegetables, fish, and nuts to your meals. Schedule annual checkups and keep track of important vaccines and screenings for your age group. Physical health isn't something far-fetched. It lies in the small daily choices you make. And when you take good care of your body, you won't just live longer. You'll live more fully, with purpose and presence in every moment. But physical health is only one piece of the puzzle. Another silent force that gradually eats away at the happiness and spirit of older adults is isolation from the relationships around them. As people grow older, the need for connection doesn't diminish. On the contrary, it becomes more important than ever. Yet many older adults silently slip into social isolation. It often starts with thoughts like, "I don't want to bother anyone," "My children are all too busy," or "I wouldn't even know what to talk about with friends anymore." But over time, these reasons quietly turn into invisible walls that separate them from the outside world. Have you ever felt that way? Does no one really need your presence anymore? That life just quietly passes by, day after day, with no one checking in, no one truly listening? The truth is, a lack of social interaction not only leads to sadness, but it also has serious consequences for both mental and physical health. According to the National Institute on Aging, prolonged loneliness can increase the risk of depression, cognitive decline, and even weaken the immune system and the body's ability to recover from illness. In other words, loneliness can be as dangerous as smoking every day. What's more concerning is that many older adults don't realize they're becoming isolated. They still talk to delivery people, answer the phone, or occasionally go to the grocery store. But they no longer have deep, meaningful relationships. The long conversations are gone. There's no one left to share their innermost thoughts with. The good news is, you can change that, no matter if you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. Maintaining relationships doesn't have to be complicated or exhausting. Sometimes, all it takes is a weekly phone call to a loved one, a simple greeting to a neighbor, or joining a class or activity group at a church, library, or community center, and you've already taken a step toward reconnecting. Here are a few simple ways to nurture and rebuild relationships. Call or text your children, grandchildren, or old friends regularly, even just to say, "It's such a beautiful day today." Take the initiative to invite someone out for a walk, coffee, or lunch. Don't wait for them to ask first. Look for senior groups in your local area, book clubs, art classes, gentle yoga sessions. If possible, use social media in a healthy way to stay updated on loved ones and reconnect with old friends. Social connection is a priceless emotional medicine. It helps you feel valued, heard, and cared for. It not only makes you happier, but also keeps your mind sharp, your heart healthy, and your spirit vibrant. However, to truly adapt to modern life and maintain independence, seniors must face another challenge: change. And when one refuses to adapt, the cost may be a deep sense of disconnection, even in the midst of the world they once knew. Life is constantly moving. Today's world is changing at an unprecedented pace, from technology and communication to healthcare, shopping, learning, and accessing services. Unfortunately, many older adults feel left behind and gradually refuse to adapt to these changes. Have you ever felt confused when seeing a new device? Or thought to yourself, "I don't need to learn these things. I've lived my whole life without smartphones, social media, or those complicated apps"? That mindset is completely understandable. Anyone can feel overwhelmed by new things. But the real danger isn't that technology evolves too fast. It's that by refusing to learn and adapt, we begin to shut ourselves off from society and slowly lose our ability to live independently. Senior support centers have found that knowing how to use smartphones, make digital payments, or access the internet helps older adults stay connected with loved ones, easily schedule medical appointments, monitor their health remotely, and stay updated during emergencies. On the other hand, Those who resist new technology often become more dependent on others, feel disconnected, and may even fall victim to scams simply due to a lack of information. And it's not just about technology. Lifestyles are changing too, from diets and social activities to family structures and work models. Everything is evolving. Without learning to be flexible and open to differences, older adults may struggle to integrate into today's world, directly affecting their quality of life, self-confidence, and sense of personal value. But the wonderful truth is this: the ability to learn is not limited by age. You can start small, like learning how to use a video call app to talk with your grandkids, searching for trustworthy health information online, or simply being open to new ideas from younger generations without rushing to judge them. Here are a few actions you can try today. Ask your children, grandchildren, or a community center to help you learn to use a smartphone, tablet, or computer. Join basic tech skill classes for seniors, many of which are now offered at public libraries or non-profit organizations. Develop a habit of trying new things, from dishes and exercises to time management styles. Listen and talk to younger people to understand how they think, work, and live. This won't just bring you closer to your family, but will also refresh your own outlook on life. Change isn't always comfortable, but if we learn to walk alongside it instead of resisting, we preserve our freedom, independence, and zest for life. Because in the end, what makes us truly young is not our age, but our attitude toward change. However, beyond technology and connection, there's another area that demands clarity and proactive thinking: personal finances. And if not well managed, money can become the biggest burden in old age. Finances, often thought to be a concern only for those still working, actually become more important than ever once you enter retirement. At this stage of life, income is usually fixed, healthcare expenses tend to rise, and any misstep in money management can have long-lasting consequences for the rest of your life. Have you ever looked back and wondered, am I truly prepared for unexpected expenses in the future? Or, if I ever need long-term care, how will I manage? Many older adults fall into financial crises due to small, repeated mistakes, spending without a plan, failing to account for medical costs, or placing too much trust in others for financial decisions. A survey by the National Council on Aging revealed that millions of seniors live in hardship, even though they had decent incomes in their younger years. In addition, older adults are one of the most targeted groups for financial scams, from fake bank calls and sweepstakes letters to self-proclaimed financial advisors of unclear origin. Many people don't realize they've been taken advantage of until their savings are already gone. But this situation is not beyond repair. By taking a proactive look at how you manage money and creating a clear plan, even if you start later in life, you can regain control of your financial well-being and reduce the stress and worry of your later years. Here are a few practical steps you can start today. Set up a clear monthly budget with reasonable allocations for essentials, medical needs, leisure, and emergency savings. Consider consulting a trustworthy, independent financial advisor, especially before making major investment or inheritance decisions. Stay informed about your health insurance options, including Medicare and Medicaid, so you can make the most of your benefits. Be cautious of investment offers that sound too good to be true, and always verify the identity and credibility of anyone who contacts you, even if they claim they've helped many other seniors. A stable financial foundation doesn't just make life more comfortable, it gives you freedom, independence, and the ability to support loved ones when needed. It allows you to focus on deeper life values rather than constantly worrying about money. And in the end, life isn't only about eating well, having someone to talk to, or keeping a full bank account. There's an invisible but essential element that makes the biggest difference in our later years. It's the sense that you still have something to strive for, something meaningful to give, and something new to learn each day. There's one truth that both science and life experience clearly confirm. Human beings don't live by food and water alone. We live by spirit, by belief, and by the sense that our existence still holds meaning. And yet many older adults forget this truth as they enter retirement. They stop asking questions, stop exploring, and worst of all, they stop believing that life still has something to offer them. Have you ever felt like each day is just a dull copy of the one before? That you wake up, eat, watch TV, go to sleep, repeat, but nothing really excites you anymore. When there's no longer a purpose or reason to rise each morning, the spirit begins to fade, the mind slows down, and the body loses its energy. Research has shown that older adults who do not stay mentally active through learning, creativity, or intellectual interaction are at much higher risk of cognitive decline, memory loss, and depression. It's not age itself that weakens the mind, but the lack of challenge and motivation that causes it to stagnate. However, nurturing the spirit doesn't require grand or complicated efforts. It can begin with a new book, an art class, a forgotten hobby, or even writing in a journal each night. More importantly, it begins with the belief that I still have things to learn, value to give, and parts of myself yet to be discovered. And from that belief, a renewed sense of purpose will return. You might choose to volunteer, mentor someone younger, or share the wisdom you've gained throughout your life. You might find meaning in tending a garden, writing your memoir, or simply listening deeply to someone else's story. No purpose is too small, as long as it makes you feel that your life matters. Here are a few ways to reconnect with your inner spirit. Sign up for a new class, language, crafts, music, or anything you once loved. Dedicate quiet time each day to writing, meditating, or reflecting, helping you stay grounded and mentally clear. Find opportunities to share your life experience through mentoring, storytelling, or simply having more intentional conversations with your children and grandchildren. Join community events, support groups, or hobby clubs, places where you can learn something new and feel a deeper sense of connection. Because aging is not the end of the journey, it's the most meaningful chapter to slow down, dive deeper, and live more authentically. As long as there's something to look forward to, something to discover, each day remains a gift. And that is the most important message of this journey. You absolutely can live a happy, healthy, and meaningful old age if you take charge and avoid the quiet mistakes that slowly pull you down day by day. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this program. That alone shows that you genuinely care about your health, happiness, and the true value of your life. Something not everyone is willing to do at this stage of life. Together, we've reflected on 5 common mistakes many people make as they grow older: neglecting physical health, withdrawing from social connections, resisting change, poor financial management, and forgetting to nourish the spirit. These mistakes don't appear all at once. They creep in little by little, quietly, gradually taking away a person's independence, joy, and sense of meaning. But here's the beautiful truth. You still have time, and you absolutely have the power to choose again. Maybe you'll start with a phone call to a loved one, a long-delayed medical checkup, a gentle morning walk, or simply opening a new book. Every small action you take today is a building block for a happier, more fulfilling tomorrow. So after reading this entire piece, what touched you the most? What will you start changing first? Feel free to leave a thought or share your story, because your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear right now. If you found this content helpful, please give it a like and share it with friends or family, especially those who are entering or already in retirement. You can also follow me for more insightful, practical content to help you live healthier, happier, and more meaningfully each day. Finally, I hope you'll continue this journey with me in future articles. You're not walking this road alone. We are walking it together in a shared journey of aging not just longer, but deeper, fuller, and more alive. Because you are never too old to begin living a better life, and it is never too late to truly love yourself completely.